Renzo, don't you think it's interesting how many idiomatic expressions have animals in them?
Oh,
In them.
it's one of my favorite aspects of idiomatic expressions. But yes, it is super interesting how many, you know, well, I'll actually turn it back on you. Why do you think that is?
Well, we've talked about cats,
Mm-hmm.
monkeys, I think pigs, and actually recently we talked about punch the monkey,
Yep.
and today we have an expression with a monkey.
Not about Punch the
We're
Monkey,
not talking about punch today.
just another monkey.
But let's remind our audience, in case there's somebody new today, what is this?
Oh, what you're listening to, dear ladies and gentlemen, is just a Spanish phrase, a podcast that we have created to explore the ins and outs, the intricacies, the magic of idiomatic expressions. Now, over on our other podcast, our main show, News in Slow Spanish, we try to help you learn Spanish through current events, and we do it in Spanish. But here we have a little fun in English just to talk about these phrases and hopefully maybe pique your interest, not only to dig into these phrases some more, but also to check out News in Slow Spanish.
Exactly, shameless self-promotion.
We have to.
So recently we talked about a que mono, how cute.
Yes.
And mono is monkey in Spanish. And today I have another expression with monkey, which is la mona, aunque se vista de seda, mona se queda.
One of my absolute all-time favorite Spanish idiomatic expressions. And we haven't made references to our abuelitas in a while. But as you may know, listeners, if you're in Latin American culture, the abuela is a ever-present symbol of wisdom in our lives and also of discipline.
Yes, or make you feel guilty.
But my grandmother loved that expression. She would use it all the time. La
Interesting.
mona, aunque se vista de seda, mona se queda.
So a literal translation would be the monkey, even if she dresses, because it's a female monkey, in silk, she still remains a monkey.
That's right.
But in English, you guys have another expression, right?
Yes, we don't have this one. At least, if anybody knows if we use a version of this in English, maybe you can leave a comment if you find this on YouTube or somewhere else. But no, there's a very different expression in English featuring an entirely different animal, which is you can put lipstick on a pig, but it's still a pig.
Talking about animals, quick deviation. This week in Using Slow Spanish Latino, we discussed, Jesus and I, my co-host, discussed plastic surgery and Botox on camels because there was a camel contest and they put Botox on camels to win the contest.
But in fact, weren't some of the camels disqualified? Or
Yes,
there was
because
a
they found out
controversy.
there was a controversy. So
And not only Botox, there were also hump enhancements.
it was crazy
Crazy.
news. That's on News in Slow Spanish if you want to check it. But let's go back to our expression. La mona, aunque se vista de seda, mona se queda.
And just like the variation in English about the pig wearing lipstick, the sentiment is the same. The idea is, even if you dress something up, even if you put a lot of artifice and glamour and disguises on something, it does not change the essence of the thing, its true self underneath.
And we have, I can think of hundreds of examples, especially nowadays in the news. But the one that's on top of my mind, of course, because I'm from Venezuela, is the current president we have in Venezuela. Now that Maduro was ousted, which I'm glad. Dramatically.
But
And
yes,
I was very glad to see him go because he caused a lot of harm. Now is his vice president, who is now the president. So I think she's trying to dress in silk, liberating some political prisoners, saying she's open to a democracy. But is she?
Oh, so in this case, and we're talking about Delcy Rodriguez,
Yes.
right? Okay, thank you. I wasn't sure if I got that right. But we're talking about the essence of the regime, like that it remains the same.
It is still the regime. If you remove an autocrat in the name of democracy and then put the vice president of that autocrat,
Right.
How is that a removal of the autocracy?
Right. The essence hasn't changed. It's just
still
another
the
coat
same
of
monkey.
paint. Still the same
You're
monkey.
changing the clothes. So la mona, aunque se vista de seda, mona se queda. And in this case, even if that vice president is acting like a democratic leader,
Mhm.
I don't trust that person. But you had other examples, Renzo, that we were discussing.
Yes, in fact, I was going to ask you first, where did this camel story come from? Do you remember?
Um,
Do you know where it took place?
yes, I think Oman.
Okay, all right. So into that area of the world, but neighboring Oman, Dubai.
Yes.
Have you noticed when you go to the store lately, Dubai chocolates?
Not only have I noticed, my mom is obsessed with Dubai chocolate and she wants to try all the different brands. And they're so insanely expensive, which I don't understand why. A bar of chocolate is like $20. It's like, why?
Mm,
But that's
yeah.
another topic. But why are you mentioning Dubai?
Because so Dubai chocolates to me, I'm skeptical because it seems to me, this is my personal opinion, and maybe you disagree, maybe our listeners disagree, but it is one in a string of attempts by a government, the United Arab Emirates, who that is quite controversial, and they have a documented history of profiting off of possibly slave labor, and lots of things going on that are very morally, ethically questionable, and lots of money that is getting spent on culture washing. Have you heard that term?
Culture washing. Uh, Please elaborate. I've heard it, but I'm sure you will better explain it.
So it's deceptive marketing or public relations. It's a tactic to, make your appearance, in this case in the world stage, more palatable, nicer, more to gain more approval from the popular culture by investing in things that are seen as positive. So, when they buy sports teams, popular sports teams, halfway across the world, the United Arab Emirates, or
Or the
invest in.
World Cup being in Qatar.
Exactly. Or invest in popular movie studios and create a lot of content that has, investment from there. And then in this case, developing and marketing a whole line of new sweets, the Dubai chocolate, which is getting licensed into so many brands. Anyway, the Dubai chocolates one is a little more conspiracy theory, I guess, at this point. But all these other examples are definitely an attempt to make the regime there more attractive and more palatable in the world stage.
So when people think Dubai, they don't think of violation of human rights or ethically um, ethically
Questionable
questionable.
practices.
That
Yeah,
was a word. Thank you. They think of the
exactly.
chocolate.
Exactly. Think of the chocolate. They think of like the Series 1 European football teams, and they think about Formula 1 racing, and they think about, etc.
But la mona, aunque se vista de seda, mona se queda. A
Still a
monkey is
monkey.
still a monkey.
So why monkey? Do you
Well,
want to know?
what's the origin of this expression?
It is, like many other expressions, derived from one of Aesop's fables. And in English, the title of that fable is The Dancing Monkeys. Very simply, here, it's a story about monkeys that are dressed in rich, human like clothes and masks made out of silk. And they're trained to dance for entertainment in front of a court of royals. And they're putting on a great show until one of the spectators throws nuts on the stage, and the monkeys reveal their true selves and rip off all the silk clothing and then fight like animals over the nuts.
Wow. And they show their true
Their
nature.
true nature. And that's why la mona, aunque se vista de seda,
Mona se queda.
still a monkey.
Very interesting. Okay, so that was all for today. Another beautiful and fascinating Spanish idiomatic expression that includes an animal to give us humans. Also, we're animals, but we're like thinking animals.
Yeah, I think they give us like a mirror to look at our own natures, the animals, like putting them in our phrases. It's like using them to talk about ourselves.
Yes,
It's to
of
talk
course.
about
It's a but it's very interesting. So
Thank you for listening to Just a Spanish Phrase. And if you want to hear phrases like this, la mona, aunque se vista de seda, mona se queda, and many, many others, check out News and Slow Spanish. And for subscribers, you can join us in our Rooms, a platform that we've created to have live conversations to practice our Spanish together at different levels. And we can talk about phrases like this or anything else, really.
Or about Dubai chocolate. Now I want to eat a
I
Dubai
haven't
chocolate
tried them yet.
and I'm going to feel bad about it.
I don't
Thank
want
you,
to try
Renzo.
them.
See you next time, guys.
Bye.
Bye.